What's up, guys? My name is Jerry, and today's video is going to be on the Phoenix Suns, and we're going to be talking about how this team just got even better, and we're going to jump right into the video. And looking at the Phoenix Suns so far this season, they have a record of 47-10. That's the best record in the NBA. They've currently won 9 out of their last 10, and they're on another 6-game winning streak. And the Phoenix Suns have just been so good and so dominating all season long. They literally rank top 10 in every statistical category except for offensive rebounding. So you might be thinking to yourself, how does a team that has the best record in the NBA, that's had multiple winning streaks this season, ranking top 10 in every statistical category, get better? I'm going to explain it to you guys right now. And as you guys know, the NBA trade deadline was last week, and the Phoenix Suns was relatively quiet at the deadline. They didn't make no gigantic moves. They didn't trade for another star, but they were sneaky and they were low key, and they made a couple of low-key effective trades. And the first deal I want to talk about with you guys is the one they did with the Indiana Pacers. Now, the Indiana Pacers sent away Torrey to the Phoenix Suns for Jalen Smith and a second-round pick. And before we get into how good this trade is on the court for the Phoenix Suns, we're going to be talking about how good it is for them off the court. And to me, this was a real chess move by James Jones, because, you know, he kind of really pulled this out of his hat. If you guys didn't know, Jalen Smith, he's at the end of his rookie deal, and him and the Phoenix Suns couldn't really come into terms on extending that deal. So this summer, Jalen Smith is going to be a free agent, and he can basically choose where he gets to go. Now, Jalen Smith is a former lottery pick, and he's a guy with some value because he's a big man that can stretch the floor. He can shoot the three ball. So, you know, there is plenty of pursuers out there for this guy, and basically James Jones turned something into nothing, because by dumping Jalen Smith onto the Indiana Pacers, they bring in a guy that's already familiar with the team, and then he's locked in for the next 2 years at $10 million. So that's $5 million a year, and that's pretty reasonable for a guy like Torrey Craig. So I got to give props to James Jones for pulling that one out of his hat. And how this trade affects the Phoenix Suns on the court is nothing but, and it affects them in a very positive way, because Torrey Craig is one of them guys you love to have on your team, but you really hate to play against. And I'm gonna tell you guys, I think this was 2018 when he was on the Denver Nuggets and they were facing the Portland Trail Blazers. I was a big Dame Time fan at the time, so when they were playing the Nuggets, the whole series, Torrey Craig was picking up Damian Lillard full court all 7 games and really making him work for his buckets, and it was really irritating me. So, you know, that's the type of guy that Torrey Craig is. He's a lunch pail. You know, he's a hard hat guy. He's gonna come in. He's gonna work hard and do his job, man. He's gonna do whatever the Phoenix Suns ask him to do. You know, he can hit corner threes. He can hit wide open shots. He put himself in the right spot. He can cut, and you know, he's just a very, very smart player. He's like a mini PJ Tucker. And then on the defensive side of the ball, just let you guys know with that Damian Lillard story, you know, how much of a headache he is on the defensive side of the ball. Very good on-ball defender. He's gonna make guys work. He doesn't mind picking up full court. I think he gets a kick out of doing that, because it seems like he really enjoys giving opposing players hell on the defensive side of the court. So, you know, they got a really good guy in Torrey Craig, and Chris Paul and Devin Booker. Very, 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 very excited to have him back, and he's going to come into this team because he was just there last season. He was moved at the deadline. He was dealt to the Milwaukee Bucks. So, you know, very familiar with this team, and he's going to come in and gel instantly, and he's going to do what's ever asked him. So that was a really solid pickup by the Phoenix Suns. And then the next move they did, which was another good trade. They took the injury exception money from Dario Sari's injury, and they traded that away for Aaron Holiday. And Aaron Holiday, coming for the Washington Wizards, averaging 6 points, 4 assists. His numbers aren't eye-popping, but he's a very solid rotation player. And the Phoenix Suns aren't coming. They aren't asking him to come here and be, you know, Tyler Hero, be a guy that's going to be a 6th man of the year. He's gonna come in, and he's gonna provide some relief minutes for Devin Booker or for Landry Shamet, especially a night when Landry Shamet can't find his 3 ball. Aaron Holiday is gonna come in, and he's gonna be that guy to, you know, clean that mess up. And, you know, he's a solid basketball player, solid on the defensive side of the ball. solid on offense. He can shoot the three, know how to make plays, and not only is he going to be backing up Devin Booker, but the Phoenix Suns, they do expect to be getting Cameron Payne back soon. But until he comes back, he's probably gonna get some minutes backing up Chris Paul as well. And he's just a very solid player to have. He's not gonna be playing big minutes, but when he's out on the court, the Phoenix Suns expect him to be effective, and that's what he's gonna do. I think last night he had a pretty decent game. He shot 1 3, made it, and then he grabbed some rebounds and he made some pretty good plays. So he's already coming in and he's doing what's asked of him. So, you factor in these two guys with all the other depth that the Phoenix Suns have acquired, not only in the offseason but this season. And we got to give props to James Jones and this front office, because they've done a great job. They've seen what hindered them in the postseason last season. And they come into this season and done nothing but attack on it. They've done nothing but build on it. Bringing in JaVale McGee, talked about it in so many of my Phoenix Suns videos. He's been so huge for them. He's when DeAndre Ayton has been injured this season, JaVale McGee hasn't gave DeAndre Ayton level production, but he's done enough to keep the Suns not only afloat, but the best team in the NBA. And then bringing in Bismack Biyombo to help JaVale McGee when DeAndre Ayton was out. He's been really big time. He's been really big time as well. Bismack Biyombo, amazing story this season. Stepped away from the game of basketball for a while because of his dad passing away, and now he's been called up to the Phoenix Suns, and he's found himself another job. And even if he isn't playing every night, he's out there on the bench. He's cheering on his team, and he seems very happy. And that's the thing about this Phoenix Suns team. They might be, very deep, a very deep team, and all these guys might not play every night, but now they have a system to where it's the next man up, and they have a team now where, God forbid if they do, get striking with an injury, they have feasible players to fill the holes. And like I said, now I heard Landry Shaman is supposed to be coming back this week, Cameron Payne, and now we get to see, Jay Crowder is back out there. Now we get to see this Phoenix Suns team at full strength. DeAndre Ayton, he's getting back to his normal self, and this team is going to be a very, very scary team. And the Phoenix Suns, Devin Booker, ever since those All-Star votes, he's been on the tear, averaging like 29 points. And this season, Devin Booker doesn't get talked about enough. Him and Chris Paul should both be in the MVP conversation, but Devin Booker, in the clutch time, in the fourth quarter, he has a 78%. He has a 78% true shooting percentage. That means he's making 78% of everything he's taking in the fourth quarter, and that's just ridiculous. But the Phoenix Suns is a team that definitely has to, the Phoenix Suns is a team that you have to respect. The Western Conference playoffs is going to go through Phoenix. I think they're gonna coast the rest of this way to the end of the season. I think they're gonna remain the first seed, and I think they're the best overall complete team, because I think what separates them from the Golden State Warriors is DeAndre Ayton. They have a paint presence. They have a paint presence in him that's something that the Warriors have seen. That's something that they've struggled with. They don't have no interior presence. They don't have no rim protection. And DeAndre Ayton in the 7-game series, I feel like he's gonna feast. So if they can keep him healthy, I think the Phoenix Suns have a good route back to the NBA Finals. But it's gonna be very interesting, and that's gonna be it for this video. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment down below your favorite rotation acquisition player this season, and then subscribe for more weekly content. We do this all the time, man, and that's curtains.